Once again, I just want to say a warm welcome. It is day 10, man. Day 10. It is day 10. You guys really made it to the 10th day. Wow. Wow. Such commitment. I can't complain. You guys have definitely pulled up, ready to learn. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. And like I've been wondering, should I just give you guys an extra day? But I don't know, man. I don't know. I've held my end of the bargain. Yes, it's been a raining season last couple days, but we only had one bad day that was cut off short. So I don't know. Should I give you guys an extra day? I don't know. Been thinking about it. What y'all think?
Yeah.
You think so? You don't sound too. You don't. That's not. That doesn't sound too convincing, huh? Is day 9.5 rich? Ah, this guy. So, you know what? Fuck it. You guys will have an extra day. Let's go. As a special gift to you guys, y'all will have an extra day. All right. And the reason why I'm doing that is just mainly because we've built a relationship. I did promise that towards the end, I will consider an extra day just because of that one day. So ask and you shall receive. So tomorrow will be the official last day of the boot camp. All right. Now, we have learned so much. I am very confident that you guys will do well, but I still have my concerns. Now, what I what I'm going to have to do to make sure that you guys are doing well is now I know some of you guys already are my private students like Bianca, Rich, so and D. Who else? Okay, yeah, that's it so far. Who's present? We're gonna have to do follow-up sessions. Like each of you guys, 30 days from tomorrow, I will be checking in with a free one-on-one session. It's gonna last 30 minutes to 45, just so I can see how much you guys have improved. Would you guys like that?
Yes.
So hopefully everybody will be available 30 days from the 26th. So we can see how much has gotten improved. All right. So don't forget, I will be checking in 30 days from the 26th. All right. So, wow, this feels bittersweet for her. Like, damn, tomorrow's really gonna be the last day. What is one thing about this boot camp that has impressed you and you will never forget once it's done? What is one thing that has impressed you out of this whole entire boot camp?
I think for me, is not only how you break down each strategy, but also the psychology behind it, and more importantly, I think like the your psychology on like how you about losing and being able to uh grow and be able to bring everything together into one cohesive strategy. Because outside of the strategy, it's mostly about mindset, not mindset, right? So I think where you're at mentally is like such a is pretty impressive for not only for like for us to see, but also for us to emulate.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Now, I will say something. Are you now surprised when you see a trader like me on social media show, let's say, a 6-figure or 5-figure, a 4-figure day consistently? Do you now see the level of work it takes?
Yes, I do.
Mental commitment, conviction? Like, I mean, for the past couple years, a lot of people have faked the funk, right? But if you were to finally see what it takes, or if you needed to know an example or feel the energy of like what it's gonna take from here for you to emulate, do you now see that there's a lot of work to be done? But more importantly, do you see what type of specific work needs to be done? Because I wanted to make sure when I asked this question towards the end of it, or the near end of it, that you guys would know that you have exactly the armor, the tools, the weapons to get there one day. Even if it's not 6, but at least you're like, man, I know how to make a 1K day. Like for those who had said that they wanted to have a 1K day, can you now start to imagine and see what setup that's going to look like for you? Entertain me. What setup do you guys feel out of the ones we were teaching throughout this whole entire boot camp? What setup will give you your first 1K, your first 10K, your first 20K, or consistent profit in the markets? Entertain me in the chat.
On chat.
You could say it out loud too.
For me, it's break and retest with the proper stop loss under the zone that got swept, and then a TP at the high. It's just setting that stop loss, and then that TP after that break and retest.
Mm-mm-mm. Crazy, right? Let me read. Pre-market and London sweep. Ooh, yes. Bam. That pre-market and London sweep. Easily. Stefan said 1K, that 8:30 pre-market. Y'all must have been like meeting outside of this boot camp now. 10K, Sunday to Tuesday. You mean Friday to
We
Tuesday
should.
strategy. Yeah, hey, I'm just throwing out hints. I'm glad you catching it.
We all got the same goal.
Facts. That's what's up. Let me read. Let me read on. Liquidity sweeps too. Oh man, Tiana about to have her first 10K day. I can feel it. I can feel it. Who else you like yesterday set up the break and retest? The break and retest is such a beautiful, lazy setup. It's like it's begging for you to make some money with that joint. That's how I feel. I used to be embarrassed about how simple it was. I'm like, nah, it has to be something a lot more crazy and complicated than that. Nah, it's got to be something. No, it doesn't have to be. That's why, like, when people be trying to make trading so difficult, I'm like, really, bro? Really? Like, you don't have to force all this making soliloquy about liquidity and all this crazy stuff. Like, I'm like, bro, consequential encroachment. Like, what are you encroaching? Was this an accident? No, bro. Like, it's really down to the simplest way you see the market, just so the rest of your mind could focus on how to scale and add positions. All right. So that's very, 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 very impressive that I literally asked you guys, what will be your setup that's going to make you some bread? And without hesitation, 10 days later, You guys are literally telling me what I know works is going to work for you. And for that, drop some sevens and some fire and some whatever on that chat just to manifest what's about to happen to your life forever. As long as God maintains your mind intact, whatever you call onto this universe, you will reap it. All right. So I'm very impressed that I asked you guys that question. And now you know what that's looking like without hesitation. Even when they woke you up in your sleep, going forward, I know for a fact this was proof that you guys are going to make some fun yarns in this market. Because if I were to ask you that question 10 days ago, shoot, y'all would have been like, well, if my indicator, even with the indicator, you guys did not sound sure about what you just answered me. So this right there already proves to me that there has been some growth. Would you guys agree? I would say so. I would say so. You remember on day 2 when I was like, what the hell was y'all doing before this boot camp? I can't say that no more. I can't say that no more. You guys have grown. You guys have evolved. And it's only been 10 days. Imagine what 3 months, 6 months, a whole year with me would do for the rest of your life. Why is wifey laughing behind me? Because you're doing life with me, wifey. Why are you laughing? Oh, you're looking at a turtle? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna charge you for these 10 days because you be out here trying to learn free game. I knew this what you was doing. You be out here trying to learn for free. Wifey be out here trying to learn for free, y'all. Thinking I'm not gonna charge her. Send me $25. Send me $25, man. You out here pulling up part-time in this boot camp. I don't see your name in this boot camp. All right. No free lessons over here. One time I took a loss and she's like, oh, you didn't see your breaker block today? I'm like, how you know that, woman? Was it gold? I'm like, how you know that? You're always talking about her. I was like, damn, yo, I gotta be careful about what I say because she be paying attention every time. It's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, she got paid like everybody else, Tiana said. Got paid like you heard that. She said, mind your business, Tiana. You supposed to be on our side, women's side. No, no, but so yeah, that made me happy, guys. That made me happy. She said, you right. Yeah, so that was honestly my favorite part out of the question that I just asked. You guys just made me very happy. So, and you know what's dope? Every time I taught you guys something, the very next day or like at some point within the week, the setup showed up and you guys recognized it. Would you guys agree that this is something that you experienced throughout the boot camp? Like you could be blind and you still somehow see the setup. That's proof that what I'm teaching is very duplicatable. Okay. So if you want to know if somebody's successful, or if you want to know if a strategy is successful, it has to be simple and duplicatable. So that means there's no cap, there's no funk behind this strategy or behind the way this thing is meant for somebody else to take advantage of it. It's just like the Tesla. It's just like the Tesla. Get in that joint, you drive, you ain't got to be the best driver. You're going to go from point A to point B for sure. All right. So if I can do it, you can do it. And I said in that video on the first day that I'm living proof that if I can do it, you can do it. All right. That's very important. Very important. So, today we're going to talk about a couple things just to recap, because this is the 10th day. It really should have been the last day, but I'm gonna give you guys an extra day, right? And I need you guys to ask me some questions. I'm gonna make this more of a Q&A type of session and less about like just teaching, because I pretty much covered 90% of the things that I wanted for you guys to retain. And the 10% was literally psychology, which I gave you. And but I'm gonna ask you guys a question. During these past 10 days, what would you truthfully say is your biggest opposition mentally? What is one of the biggest or the worst habits that you will commit to doing everything possible to get rid of in order for you to not get in the way of your own success? What would that be? What would that be? This is a safe place. Because it ain't the setups. My inconsistency. Okay. Thank you for being truthful. Stop over trading. Wow. Mind you, when you guys say these things, that's a verbal commitment to what you're gonna like intentionally work on until the end of the year and more. And I already gave you guys the medicine for over traders. You better be withdrawing just as much as you're over trading. Oh, I made 300. I want to go for 1,000. Okay, withdraw 250. Withdraw 250 and then go for that 1,000. If you're over trading, that means you better be over withdrawing. It's like, oh my God, let me slow down from all this withdrawing today. If you're not doing that, then what are we doing this for? Because if you lose some bread, you're going to have something to fall back on. I was so mad at one of my students last month. He took $300 to 3,000. I told him withdraw 2,500. Said, no, Hans, we're going to go for another day. I knew statistically that was the last time he was going to see that 3 bands. And guess what? By Friday, he texts me, hey, Hans, I blew the account. If he was my son, I'd beat his ass. Because I'm like, bro, you got bills, right? But I bet you if I told you to send me $2,000, you would have been thinking about those bills and every other reason why you shouldn't send me no money. Right? But when it comes to Market Maker LLC, everybody want to donate. Everybody got a joyful heart, a giving heart. Come on. Come on. Somebody asks you borrow $200. Let me call you back. You know what? All of a sudden, you remember you had quinceañeras, sweet 16s. Now you remember you had godchildren. Oh, my Netflix. Oh, it's Mother's Day, but it's October. Yeah, but you know, we celebrated in our family every October. Everybody got a reason, right? But you never think about yourself when you're up because, nah, I'm not satisfied. I lost 3 bands before 5 years ago. I'm gonna have to make 6,000. Then why do y'all do that? Withdraw something you feel like it's gonna challenge you to make back again because you can make it back. If you feel like you didn't make it by accident, then withdraw. If you made 3 bands, if you made 300, withdraw 100. Show to yourself that this is proof that I can do it again, and I'm gonna use that to pay a bill. I'm gonna use that to buy some crypto. Oh, you can't afford this crypto? All right, well, withdraw $50 50 times next year. So you can have one whole coin of something, a good project. Well, put $5,000 away, put it in a high yield savings account so it could give you a percentage at the end of the year. Finally, build yourself an emergency savings account. Go change those 4 tires before you die. Like literally. You need to write down, and this is something I want y'all to do. Write down the top small things that you could do with profits that you will be making from the market out of the setups that we have been studying these past 10 days. Go to a store like I did today and look at the prices and start fantasizing and planning how you're going to make that couch's price, the nice Home Depot fridge with the touch screen that you always wanted. Now you know how to make $3,000. Now you know how to make 2. Now you know how to make 5K. Nothing can stop you. You can have nice things and not feel guilty anymore. You know, this setup, when you see it on Thursday, you will make $500 and you're going to go to Zara or H&M or I don't know, whatever store y'all like, and treat yourself because you can make that type of profit again. It's not coming from a check. Do you know how good that feels? I need y'all to understand that there's power in knowing that you can do it again and again and again and again. Spend that check and make it right back. That's the type of time we on. Are you on that type of time with me? Because I need you to be on that type of time.
Yes.
I'll be walking to like Walmart, Ross, and I'm just shaking my head. I remember paychecks used to have to connect for me to like buy my favorite pair of shoes if I wanted to. I remember I used to be in college trying to make a $20 stretch. And now we're like learning how to not to conserve, to not just like splurge or something like that. We just have things put to the side for a rainy day. Put things away and delay the gratification and put things in investments, assets, start learning. Just when you feel bored, read just so you can make the right decisions and making sure your mindset is solid. It's different. It's different. I remember 8 years ago, I really wanted this shit to work. And now I'm shaking my head. Like, I remember when somebody told me $60 an hour, like a job they just landed, I felt so jealous because I was on year 3 of trading. I didn't know if it was going to work. And now, if I divide 5K divided by 8 hours, oh my God, no one's going to pay me $625 an hour unless I'm pushing keys across the Atlantic. Like, I want y'all to understand what this means, like to know setups that work. Oh my gosh. You're just gonna have to like understand me. And you're just gonna have to duplicate it, emulate it. And then you're gonna come back and tell me how good it feels. Danley knows how good it feels. That brother making $1,500 in a day on a trade for futures. Ain't no job gonna pay you that in a day. Not the jobs I know. Now you're a walking check. Oh my God. You walk different. You smell different. You see things differently. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, we were taught to survive 2 weeks of a paycheck. And every time you think about money, you're like, oh, I can't do that. What date is it? The 9th? Oh, I'm gonna have to slow it down so I can make it to the 16th. Nowadays, when you have a bill problem, you ain't gotta like wait weeks for it to be solved. You could literally solve it on your own if you see your setup. That's powerful. You will never be the same. Never. That's you're finally able to smile at the fact that you did not give up on this skill set. You finally able to smile because you're able to see the horizon ahead. I need somebody to take a deep breath like, wow, this is really freaking happening. Somebody who cared enough to teach us the actual thing. I was this close to giving up. Thank God
I
there
was.
was somebody that was still pushing in their journey so they could reach out to me one day and be like, hey, so-and-so, I want to teach you this shit for real. And so guess what just happened? Your whole entire universe just shifted because for the first time, your dream that you thought was dead, just like the valley of dry bones, God said, I want you to look at this valley full of dry bones and know that I could bring it back to life. That's your dream. That was your dream. You threw that in the back of your mind. Considered it damaged goods. You thought this year was your last year and you was just going to give up on trading. And then 10 days, 10 days. Imagine what else you could do that you thought you killed off. Imagine what else you can do. The dreams you thought were dead. Your mind literally right this instant in these past 10 days have been building new synapses of thoughts and ideas of things that are possible. They call those ganglions and myelin sheaths for those who took biology. Fresh new ideas. If you ever wonder why you've been so happy these past couple of days and people are just like, yo, you got a different aura to you. Well, because now things that I thought were possible or maybe thought one day could, now I know they can. Put some fire on the chat for yourselves, man. You guys really believed in one person that this could be your break. And now it's happening. That's major. And there's 5 months left out the year. Imagine next year, this time, what you're going to be shaking your head about. Like, damn, bro. Last year, this time I was taking this boot camp with Hans, and now I'm making my first 6 figures and not my biggest loss. Wow. Crazy how life works. That's what I'm looking forward to on your behalf. Are you guys ready? I need that fire to be burning 10 times more. And I need it to stay burning. I need it to stay burning. And I need it to stay burning. I need your willpower to remain just like that, just as it is right now. Don't let that fire burn out because you got work to do. You owe it to yourself. Nobody else. You owe it to yourself. You've been pissed off for so long. people done scammed you. People made you believe in shit that clearly didn't work. And you're gonna have to apologize to yourself because you really didn't believe you could do it. And now you're about to do it. So get ready to embrace this new journey because it's yours. So where are my people who are ready to run and take this for themselves? Who wants the loot? Let me see the loot, man. Drop some money bags in this chat, man. Drop some money bags in the chat. It's about that time. It's about that time. I was laughing to myself today. I was like, yo, man, it's crazy. Today, if I was really about it, would have been a 20K day. And the only thing that saved this market is I said today I was going to meditate instead. Do you hear that shit? Me telling me the market, yo, you lucky I wasn't really on that type of time today. I need y'all to have that type of energy, that type of confidence. And it's really simple because you guys literally said it. I seen the break and retest today. I honestly just did not feel it in me to trade today. I was like, I'm tired mentally. I needed to just take a break, skip a day. That's fine. And I skipped a day. So much so, let me show y'all something. At 8:46, I seen this setup. I said, I'm not going to take the trade. At 11:01, I told one of my students, you were right, that price is buying. Now that's 11 a.m. We have the break and retest. You should also see where the best place stop loss, capitalize. And what happened after 11, guys? By 11:15, shoot, not even at 11, bro, at the time that I said that, this thing ran 400 plus points. Now, let me tell you something, guys. We're going to talk numbers today, since you guys love the break and retest. If you got a 20, 30, 50K account, and I'm just talking in the future for some of y'all, and you know that this setup is your best setup, if you're risking $50 lot size, right? And you had a 50-point stop loss, you're risking 2,500 on some grown man and women's type of stuff. But I'm here to tell you, a 400-point trade like that, making 20K in a day is not that difficult once you know what you know. And once you're confident about what you're risking. It's that simple. Price retested the area twice on 2 separate days, Wednesday, Thursday. Even if you thought it was selling, but by the time price did the break and retest, sell where? You take that buy, you're going to have a good day. Let's say you took a $5 trade with this setup this morning. You would have had your $2,000 day. And guess what? Since it's a $5 trade, let's say you had 50-point stop loss, risking $250. How many times have you lost $250 or you paid a bill with $250 and you kept having to pay a bill? But a 2K day, that's easy for you now because you know exactly how you're going to do that. A 1K day, that's light. 1,000 divided by that 400 point. $2.50. You telling me you guys don't know how to risk 250? Put about 50 to 60 point stop loss? Risking 125, $120 just to make $1,000?
I don't know how to do that.
It's legit possible.
Okay.
Wait, you talking to me, Bianca?
Yes, I'm talking to you.
Oh, you don't know how to risk your trades
No, because
and
yeah,
calculate?
I don't know. Right, yeah, exactly.
I'm glad somebody asked because that's what I'm teaching you guys. First, you got to know the setup. Second, you got to know how to risk. Now that you know your setups, now you got to know how to risk from the account size and what you can capitalize. All right. So if you guys have a small account that you're starting with, know that you can't take all types of risks. It has to be calculated. So with a setup like a break and retest, if you are getting into a trade and on average your stop loss is 75 points, if you take a trade for $1, $1, and your stop loss is 75 points, how much money are you losing if that stop loss gets hit? Answer me. If your stop loss is 75 and you're risking $1, which in this case is 0.10 for the contract size of 10 on brokers that trade with 10, what contract sizes there are 10, you're risking $75. When you guys are trading with $1 and your stop loss is 60 points, hello, I'm doing my phone webinar. Get a little bit. All right, let me run that question back. If I'm trading with $1 and my stop loss is 60 points, how much money will I lose if my stop loss gets hit?
$60.
Okay.
And when you say $1, you mean one lot size?
Oh, you can't use one lot on US 30. What brokers are you guys trading? What brokers y'all trading with?
Trade or locker.
Trade Locker. Okay. Do you know what the contract size for US 30 is on Trade Locker?
I really don't trade US 30.
Okay.
Because
So
that to
since you
me,
asked,
like, yeah, yeah. What are you saying?
since you asked me if you're trading regular currencies and you are trading with $1, what lot size is that? Let me make it easy on you. Is it one lot
0.1,
or is it 0.10?
0.10.
Point
0.10.
Okay.
Oh,
All right. Because what's 1.0? How much money is 1.0?
$10.
Okay. But when you're trading US 30 and the contract size with that broker is 10, then it's the same lot size. That it's the same type of lot size, just like Forex pairs. So 1.0 is $10, 0.10 is 1. So if you open a trade with 0.10, your stop loss behind you, that's 63 or 65 points, you're risking $65. So if this thing runs 427 points, since you were trading at $1, how much money are you floating?
69 points.
If you are up in profit 3 hours later, $378 with a dollar, right? With 0.10, 327 points in profit, you are up $327. If you're using the dollar volume, so you're using 0.10.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Everybody's good with me so far?
Yes, I am.
Okay. There's 13 more people. I know some of you guys are driving. So when you have an account and you're trading your best setups, you have to know how much the account can handle, right? So if let's say you have an $800 trading account, but you know this setup so well, you're willing to risk $100 on this trade. If you're trading with just a dollar, how much in stop loss will you place to lose 100 bucks? What lot size will you use to risk $100 on a trade when you place your stop loss 100 points behind you?
Point
10.
0.10. 0.10. Exactly. So if your stop loss has to be 100 points, but then you believe in the setup so much and you want to risk $200, you're going to have to use $2, right? 0.20. And then your stop loss is 100 points. And you're going to be risking $200 out of that $800 account, right?
Right.
Okay, that's how you do that, Bianca.
I got you. I got you.
The problem is many traders, they get in the trade because they always wanted to put that lot size because their mentor or the internet, they seen that this lot size makes $500 and you totally didn't pay attention to the fact that for you to risk a trade, you have to risk it based on your margin, your account. How many soldiers can you risk off of a trade like that? If the account has $700 and you're going to choose $200 out that 700, then that means if that stop loss gets hit, you're going to have $500 left. But what if you know the setup so well and you decide to risk a little bit more and it has 90% chance of playing out, especially since you have a good stop loss? You put that $2 trade on, you put that 100-point stop loss because you know that's far enough of a distance. By the time this thing goes 395 points 2 hours later, $2 just became damn near 800 bucks out of an account that literally had nothing but just 700 bucks. So now you're up 1,500 and no, you're not going to keep holding it. You just boosted this account damn near 100%. That was the trade that you needed to build the account. And you're going to withdraw just something because now you went from 800 or 700 to 1,500. Take out 200, pay yourself because now you have a $1,300 account and you don't need to trade until you see another good ass setup again. And you're going to take a little bit from that account and you're going to add another good position when you see a good setup. So you have $1,300. Okay, great. The next time I see a really good setup, let me risk 75 bucks. Oh, it's doing good. Maybe let me add another risk to it, make it $25 of risk. Maybe I don't have to trade US 30 off of everything that I have at my disposal. I don't always trade US 30. Sometimes I'm like, all right, I'm so good off some great trades. Let me go see if GBP USD can help me out. Oh, you know what? I don't like GBP USD. Let me check USD JPY. If I don't see nothing, then I'm just gonna wait for another great US 30 setup where I might have to risk about 75 points, 60 points, but it's gonna give me 120, 200 points. And that's how I'm able to build an account. I keep finding really good setups and I'm risking just like it's like I'm budgeting. I know I'm gonna risk a little bit out of the account just so I can get a good reward. That's crazy, Tiana. Be guessing out here. Oh my
You saw,
lord, what would y'all do?
you saw my message? Yeah, I was out here guessing lot
Oh
sizes.
my goodness. No wonder why y'all had a hard time with prop firms too, because prop firms forced y'all to use the consistency rule just to stick with one or two similar lot sizes.
I was gonna ask that too. So, you know how you say, you tell people to withdraw in order to enjoy their earnings and, just to reap the benefits. But how would you how would you advise someone who's doing a prop firm challenge? Because sometimes you have to go through the steps. How would you advise them to, get that same benefit of reaping the rewards of withdrawing?
Great question, Tiana. And the answer is skip a couple days until payout. You know you got 21 days until you get paid and you're up in profit. If you satisfy the rules that the prop firms are telling you, don't waste days on bad trades. And then when it's time to request your payout, you request your payout. And then you go and build your account on your personal once you get your payout. Because there's a lot of rules with prop firms. And then go trade with your personal account. Okay. So that's how you calculate your risk. You base it on the stop loss, and that's what's personal accounts. You base it on the amount of money you have on your balance, and you're going to have to sit down and write down, okay, here are my top 3 best setups. And this is how much risk I'm going to put behind that setup. Your best setups are the only ones who deserve considerable risk or moderate risk. Everything else, if you're like, I don't know, that tells you you should not be using a lot of risk behind a setup that you're not too sure about. It sounds so logical, right? Well, how come we was not doing that before this boot camp? Why do we treat all setups the same? You walk in a room, you don't even hug everybody the same. Why do you do that for your trading account? You get 10 lots, you get 10 lots. Oh, you definitely get 10 lots uncertainty. What? Crazy. Gotta respect your money. Gotta respect your account and your sanity. I'm not putting big risk behind a setup that I've never seen before. You crazy. You're a stranger to me. I'm not gonna be in a car with somebody I just met. I'm not about to go nowhere with you by myself. So why would I do that with my trading account? Got the market bringing you to no man's land. And then now you getting waxed. Come on. No, it doesn't make sense. Have some standards, just like you do in real life. Y'all might as well write that one down. Have high standards, just like you do in real life when it comes to your trading account. If you ain't got no high standards, well, maybe that's why. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But if you're going to need to have some high standards anywhere in life, please start with your trading account, because that shit could take you very far in life. That account could save your life more than somebody else could. Honestly. Can't depend on somebody to let you hold a dime these days. But this market, it'll pay you. It's not even going to ask for the money back if you trade it right. And if you choose the right sets of trades and stop trading everything you see, every pip that moves is not your friend. Haven't y'all figured that out by now? Every condition that's in front of you does not have your best interest at heart. Haven't y'all figured that out the hard way? Y'all had to figure that out the penny hard way. It don't make no sense. Okay, so free game. A 15-minute break and retest usually lasts an hour to 30 minutes to 2 hours, at least. A 15-minute break and retest from 11. If you catch it at 11, get ready to hold for like at least an hour and a half, 2 hours. And just like I told y'all, by like 1 p.m., you done made your money for the day. At 11 to 1, shoot. Didn't I tell you guys? Does anybody remember me telling y'all like between 11 to 1 p.m. you'll get your money? I told you guys this. Look, it's right in front of you. Don't say I didn't tell you. I was not gatekeeping when I told y'all. Didn't I tell you guys his power and price bouncing off an area twice? Did I not say that?
Yes, you did.
Is it not showing right in front of you guys today? Wednesday, Thursday, bounce, break and retest. What are we waiting for? But no, you had to trade right at 9:30 to get waxed. No, you have until 11:15 to make a decision. A good one. Sometimes up to 12:30 p.m. Eastern. Crazy, right? But it be some pairs while US 30 is having a field day. And then for the last 15 days, you've been trying to figure out what the heck is this other pair doing. And you just can't tell. Like, look, Euro USD from Friday, July 19th up until the 23rd. Nothing. That's why I stopped trading certain pairs, or I just trade them when it's convenient, like at a really good, supply zone, a nice break and retest on the 1 hour. I'm like, okay. If I get in this trade, I'm not going to worry about it for the next 24 hours or whatever the case is. I know this is just going to go this way, and it's going to take a little bit of time, but it's going to play out. But if you understand the structure of things, you won't mind waiting. It's just that I just felt like this is where I need to be. Or GBP JPY, USD JPY. They've been free falling. But when you check, we've talked about some things that align with these setups. We had Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we had a break and retest and price free fill. We retested here at the breaker block, and prices continued selling off. Boom, boom. Next Monday, break and retest, gone. Break and retest. So You don't have to make it difficult. Once you see what you see, you got to capitalize. You know what you see, capitalize. All right. So, as I said, it's time for some Q&As. It's time for some Q&As. Ask me anything.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
So there's power and price bouncing off of area twice, right? You say, right? For buys, it's the same for sales?
Yeah, bro. It's not
Yeah.
for buys. That's just something you just slipped in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's always been like this. It's just I'm getting y'all to see it from another perspective. That's what a break and retest is. That's what a lower high is. That's what a higher low is. That's what a double bottom is. That's what a W formation sometimes is, or M formation, right?
Right.
But because just like education systems, they tell you something, but then you never thought about it any other way. And so all your life, you've just thought about something just one way. I just wanted to bend your reality so you can see that it's all subjective and relative. You'll never forget that there's power and price bouncing off an area twice, but you're going to see a double bottom and double top. Yeah, I know Forex. Yeah, double bottom, double top. It don't hit the same.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Hi, good
Hey,
evening.
Sandra.
Hi. Have you found good setups during the London or Asian session? Because for me, during this time, 11 o'clock, that's the time when I'm working. So it's kind of difficult. Unless I'm off on that day, I can really look at the charts.
I can't lie to you. London session is good. Between
Mm-hmm.
5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, they've already done the sweep, the break, and then by 5, usually they're doing a continuation, 5, 6 in the morning. But Asian session, you got to
Mm-hmm.
be seeing a continuation out of what happened in New York, maybe. At times, that's when you're going to be profitable. I've seen UJ and I've seen like pairs like NZD, JPY, NZD, CAD, like pairs that obviously were made for the Asian markets. And so
Okay.
you're going to have to like look these setups up and see if they still behave the same way. Like, okay, here's NZD CAD here, and I've not traded this pair. Never. Probably like when I was like catching signals in 2014 when I first got in this thing in 2015. But then I just didn't like how the name I some things you just match with. NZD CAD just sounded like really weird to me. So it didn't match with me. But for the sake of your question, if I'm
Yeah.
looking at a higher time frames and prices just breaking and retesting, yeah, I mean, no matter what time it is, it's going to be a setup that you take. But what happens with Asia is sometimes they go and retest zones from Asia and London. And so if you didn't close some of your profits, you might just see the profit just like vaporize. So you have to be able to look for the same behavior of high quality setup behavior for you to take a trade no matter what session it is.
Can you please show me one high quality setup on
What
one?
pairs do you trade?
Well, that's the thing. I don't trade that often, but I try to do either US 30, but lately I wanna do London in Asian more because I've been losing more than
Well,
being profitable.
by the way, Sandra, where are you from?
I'm actually from Haiti. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just wanted
Yeah.
to know if we were related.
Yes. Well,
Where in Haiti are you from?
same country, Port-au-Prince.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
Yes. Yes. I know you could Coach T actually. Coach T. I don't want to say his full name, but yes.
You said his full name? I know one Coach T, and
That's the only one.
no.
Yes.
Coach
I
T
think
is a woman that I know.
Oh no. It's a man. No, it's a man. Ludwig. Ludwig.
Ah, okay. So,
Yes.
so his last
And
name.
Coach Danielle. And
Yeah.
Coach Danielle.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
The
okay.
other one, I think one time he came to give us a presentation. I
Yeah, I
forget what
remember.
one. Yeah, that
And
was
then
a
I prayed after.
yes,
Yeah,
yes. So
yeah, I
that's
remember.
how I was introduced to your class and when this came about. But yeah, so uh if I'm trying to see if I can find some good setups.
Mm-hmm. So you said something that
London
caught
would be
my
really good
attention.
for yeah,
Do you know what a high quality setup looks like at this point in the boot camp?
not really, to be honest. No. To be honest, I've missed a couple of sessions. I've missed a lot of sessions
You
because
got
of work.
watching
You
these
know, and I'm
recordings.
tired. So I have to go and watch the videos. I
Yes.
didn't want to like hold up the class and ask questions that everybody's already asked. And
That's fine. I'm glad you're here. So could somebody please unmute themselves and tell us, what does a high quality setup look like? Why is it a high quality setup? Why do we call it that? Could somebody please have a try? Who's not driving? D, are you driving? Tiana.
I'll go for it. A high quality setup is a setup that meets all the areas of your confluence, all areas of confluence.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple. Keep it simple, sir.
okay.
Okay. A high quality setup is something that matches everything that makes it a good setup to that it'll be profitable, like, and it's destined to go in the direction that you need it to go to.
Okay. You see, it's not
Okay.
that difficult, nor is it easy to be a good teacher, right? But you got to
I
learn
was gonna
from
say
that.
that exact same thing. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
No.
You see, this was an exercise right there. If somebody asks you in simple words like, what do you do for a living? Don't be trying to confuse them.
Yes.
It's the same way when, like, you're trying to make an impression out of somebody, maybe, you know, someone you're interested in. And based on how you answer, you might really turn somebody off. What do you do for it? Well, the soliloquies and the confluences of the standard deviation of the markets is like where I, pass my time. It's like, oh, okay, this guy. It's like, but hey, I legally make some money based off of the markets and how they move. I've been consistently doing that for about 8 years. Oh, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
You've made an impression. The same way with my favorite movie, The Wolf of Wall Street. They're like, sell me this pen. And dude's talking about, well, it's good to write and it has this nice little, ink thing. No. It's that one brother that said, yo, write me this number. Guy says, I don't have a pen. It's like, okay, there you go. That's why you need my pen. How much you want me to let it go for? How much you willing to pay for it? Keep it simple. All right. So, what is a high quality setup? Does somebody else want to go at it? Thank you, Stefan. That was good, bro.
Just to add on to what he said, a high quality setup is also something that you've seen before, so you know it works.
Yes. And it's effective and profitable. It's a setup in a market. It's every time you see it, it works the very same, and you can depend on it to make money. It's very clear. It leaves out a lot of guesswork. It's a high quality setup because it fits all the boxes for you to make a trade and confidently know you will make, there's probability that you'll make more money than losing money. That's a high quality setup. Very simple, efficient, and dependable. Everybody got it?
Yes.
So what
I hear
makes
the
a high quality
definition,
setup,
but yeah.
Sandra?
But I hear the definition. I understand high quality, something that's easy to find, that's consistent, reliable,
Not
but actually
something,
being
a high
one,
quality setup. So you want to ask, what does that look like?
what does that look like? That is yes, that is the question.
Okay. The simplest one is just a break and retest. Market break
Okay.
structure pulls back. Or were you here when I said there's power and price bouncing off an area twice?
Yes.
Okay,
I
that's
heard
a high quality
that.
setup. You can spot that it bounced off this zone on Monday and it came back on Tuesday to retest it. That's a setup that you know there's pretty much of a chance that after it's done bouncing, it's gonna push to the upside. You're like, damn, this is
So
high quality setup.
so if I may ask something, you are tracing your supply and demand zones, and if
Yes.
it retests that supply and demand zones, then more than once,
Mm-hmm.
then that would be a quality setup. You know it's gonna come back to
Yes,
the area.
that's right. See how much you've already caught on? Somebody put some hand clap emojis in the chat for Sandra.
Okay.
Good job.
Okay. Yeah, it's training my eye to recognize it. I
There
mean,
you
understanding
go.
it is one thing, but then seeing it in the chart, that's where I'm
That's
just
right.
like, okay.
Yeah, it takes some training eyes for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. It takes some time. But to your defense, you've been working. And so the best trading hours, you haven't had a chance to be able to capitalize on it. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, you now know how to spot high quality setups. For example, a break and retest
Mhm.
and price bouncing off an area twice, two separate days or twice in the same session. You're like, why are you coming back here at 11:30 in the morning and you were here at 9:30? Let me see. Oh, okay. This is a supply zone or this is a demand zone. For example, today we saw price sell off on Wednesday. We thought price potentially could sell off Thursday, and they didn't. Instead, what did they do, guys? They bounced off this area twice, off of this demand zone. And this is what helps us to know that this demand zone is strong for now. And chances are we're going to buy back up because we have 2 days of retest. And the way they retraced right here, they're still maintaining the bullish structure for now. And
Okay.
all these factors help for you to answer a question that you might have not had 2, 3 days ago. And you're frustrated, man. I don't understand the direction. What's going on? Well, give it 2 days, brother. Give it 2 days, give it 2 business days. If
Okay.
price is gonna keep maintaining this area Wednesday, Thursday, and they push the first time, they pulled right back in. What you think I'm gonna do Friday, guys? What type of trade do you think I'm gonna get in tomorrow? A sell or a buy?
A
Buy.
sale.
What?
I was thinking of buy maybe
Yes, Sandra. Why is that, Sandra?
because it rejected that area twice on you were
Mm,
saying 2 different
mm.
days. So it didn't go further down, right? It didn't
Whew.
continue to slow down. So
Good
it
golly
might
gosh. Sandra just caught on. Sandra just hit fifth, sixth gear and she just caught on. Lord.
but
Sandra
Hans,
might
you
have
know
to.
something? I know you're making me but you're encouraging. Um the thing I don't understand is when you're tracing these lines, those demand supply, are you going by time frame? Because when I was learning, it's like they tell you you have to do, you start daily, 1 hour, 4 hour, like you do a top down and you look at the trend. But I don't hear you talking about trend. Or maybe I missed it. I'm sorry. I take that back
No,
because I
no, no,
haven't been
no.
here for quite some time.
I love
So
the
I
way
don't
you
know.
go about asking questions because you make sure all the boxes are checked before you feel like someone's gonna tell you you're wrong. That's a Haitian and a professional at that.
That's the Haitian way. I think
Yep.
that's what usually go.
Because naturally Caribbeans don't like to be wrong. And that's also
No.
something that you have to like I've had to work hard on as a trader because I'm like, damn, in this environment, it's okay to be wrong. Oh, can't
Oh,
believe this.
I'm wrong all the time. I'm trying
Yeah,
to hatch a winning trade one of these days. I've been consistently, yeah, losing trades and
of
losing money.
course.
So, yeah, but
So
so what was my question again? So it's do you see what I'm saying? Like, are
I know
you
what you're saying. I know the question. I got the answer for you.
yes,
You ready to hear it?
please go ahead.
Okay. Are you sure you're ready to hear it? No, I'm just
Um,
kidding. I just wanted to like, yeah. So so yes, when it comes to like all the trend conversation, it's already something that's established, right? But I trade supply and demand a lot more because the trend is what the market makes it. The trend stops selling once it finds an area of demand, and the trend stops buying when once it makes it to a new high or a supply. So if you are trading a good trending market, you should not be confused about the trend and the top down analysis that a lot of people do. They don't even know what type of trader they really are. So they themselves are confused. If you're an intraday trader, you don't need the monthly, you don't need the weekly like that. But you're gonna need the 1 hour, you're gonna need the daily, you're gonna need the 4 hour just to see if price is holding this area together. But I could show you that every time everything we've talked about, we can see it on different time frames. And when they behave the same on any time frame, they're going to still have the same result. Because look, if you catch a pair, forget that it's US 30. If you catch a pair bouncing off an area twice from last month, April, and then now this month, May, what do you know is gonna happen?
it's probably gonna hit it again or go up.
Yes, that's the
It's gonna
likability.
push
That's the
up.
likeliness.
Hmm.
That's the probability of it. So if it's bouncing
Yes.
off an area twice on a daily time frame, then that means it's going to take several days to keep buying. Maybe about 7, maybe 5 to 7, maybe up to 15 days or 20 days, depending on how strong the trend is. So I don't need to be doing top down, top down, top down if I understand the behavior of the market and where I'm going to be more comfortable taking trades anyway. Because if you're trading on a daily time frame, you don't have too much time. You see price doing this, you don't need to be doing too many top down analysis. You go from the daily to the H4 and you go to the H1 and you're waiting for a break and retest for you to enter. That's it.
Okay.
And figuring out where your exit is going to be is based on the next destination. If you got in a demand and you got to get out at a supply. That's it.
Okay. You would enter on the lower time frame and you let it go and you watch the, let's say you went on the 30 minutes, right? And you just kind of watch it go.
Depends on what you're watching. What setup are you looking for? Because
No,
you don't want to be watching in vain. Because look,
yeah,
if
let's
price
say for,
bounce off an area twice on a 30-minute time frame,
uh-huh.
then you know that the only thing you're watching for is to see if price is picking up steam. But if you're on a daily, on a 30-minute time frame, you should be looking for to know and how long you should be in this trade for. How long does this trade usually last? Okay.
Well, you don't know since it hasn't happened yet. You don't know.
That's not true. There is something called hold time psychology that you would have to catch up on, but that's another story for another time. So just like I spoke on it yesterday and a few days before, I mentioned that certain setups usually have a range of time that it's playing out. Like you can depend on it to give you a great trade in 2 hours on a 15-minute time frame or a daily time frame. Like this one right here. If you got into a trade like this at 8:30, by 11, you should be good. It should be in profit. If not, then it's gonna start pushing. That's why we know if it's bouncing twice, all you gotta worry about is putting your stop loss below the second bounce and give it time. Give it time to do what it needs to do. It's just like I made the example of baking something, putting something in the oven. Lo mete macaroni na oven na. How long do you wait until you check it again?
Oh, good 30, 40 minutes.
There you go. I knew you was gonna have that answer. I want some macaroni gratin when I see you.
Yes, yes. But I
What
mean,
state do you
take
live?
it. Huh?
What state do you live?
New York.
Oh, okay. Me and
Yeah.
Joe, we gonna drive to New York and get some macaroni and cheese and gratin. Okay.
All right.
So think about it like that. You baking the trade. In 2 hours, we're
Yes.
gonna check this trade and see what's going on. Ding! Oh, it's 2 hours. Food's ready. Put the
Right.
gas on because that trade is gonna be hot.
Yeah, but entering a trade is not that simple as you make it. Well, for me anyway. Let's see, for
Of
me,
course, because somebody made it difficult for you.
I'm looking at the candle, you know what I mean? I know you have like bullish engulfing. You're looking to see if it's going up, because sometimes you have a candle with a long tail and you're thinking, okay, is it retracing? Is it gonna really go up? Like I've learned like you go to a lower time frame then to see if if in the lower time frame it's progressing in the direction that you
This
want
is
to
all
take.
true.
If
This is all true. But
right,
once
right.
the structure is already confirmed, there's not really much that needs to happen. You just got to give it time. I
Mm-hmm.
promise you, folks who have made trading difficult ain't never seen the types of days that I've seen because they want to be a savant. They want to know every structure and the name of every candle like it's a cellular, microbiology class. It doesn't matter. You came here to make money. Structure of the
Yeah.
market, structure of the market. Let me tell you something else. Institutions put money behind trades. They don't care about candles. They
Mm-hmm.
move this market with money, not candles.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I know that's a deep bar. It's heavy. I've been at this for 9 years.
Yeah.
I don't even care what a candle's name is anymore. I know the wicks, mean price rejection. I can tell if a candle's an engulfing candle like this, it
Yes.
clearly means direction is
Exactly. It's
confirmed.
going up. Yeah.
So what else do we need to do? What about the name of this candle? We our trusty stop loss behind it because there's some money back in this damn market, and we just got proof that this is a break, retest, and continuation. We're putting money behind it. We're not
Yeah.
waiting for the next candle to be called doji and this and that and that. Oh, I recognize this candle. Oh, I'm gonna get in now. No, at that time it's already gone.
And how much stop loss do you put?
I put
Like
stop
30
loss
pips?
based on the structure. If I
Uh-huh.
have to put my stop loss behind this and it's going to cost me 113 points, then so be it. I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
have to decrease my risk because if I don't want to lose $1,000, but the risk is 113 points, then I'm going to have to do $1,000 divided by 113 points. And I'm going to have to use $8 and I'll be fine. So this little trick is called risking based on the amount that you're choosing to risk. The account size, the margin of the account. If I'm risking $100, And I don't, and that's about as much as I want to risk off an account that has, let's say, 1,500. I do the same thing. I do $100 divided by what I'm supposed to, what I see that I have to risk. And it's going to give me 88 cents. And I'm going to put a 0.08 lot size because it's going to give me 80 cents. And no matter what happens, unless price comes in, really grabs the stop loss, I'm not losing any more than $100. That's it. Does that make sense, everybody? I know y'all are sitting here listening, but is this making sense to you? Was this something you
Yes.
wanted to know?
Absolutely.
I'm driving, but Hans, thank you so much for the candles because that's what was stagnating me from really understanding how to trade. I always just looked at how it looked on the chart to determine my trade. But thanks for saying that about the candles. You gave me a whole new light.
A whole new light. That's what I'm here for. If I'm not giving you that, then you guys, I failed you guys. I'm supposed to give you a breath of fresh air that I've been breathing.
Yes.
You know,
Right there.
when you was church raised, you had to do a little bit of,
He was right.
fire time.
To bounce off the resistance twice.
That's a support, sir. Let me do something for you.
Support my bad. I be naming them wrong.
At least you don't be trading them wrong. Bars.
Yeah.
As long as you're not trading them wrong.
Nah, I ain't trading wrong. Look, that's
Good.
right there. Nah,
Just
I'm just
reach
playing with
around.
that strategy.
I'm showing you
that
guys
strategy.
buys because a lot of people know how to trade sells only. And now that we got Trump damn near beating the office, y'all gonna need to see buy setups for real.
Yes, sir.
Oh God.
Right.
Look.
You feel it? I'm just saying right now, man. But it just depends on the pair too. Like when you're trading US 30, you have to understand whenever this bad boy pulls back deep and sells, get ready for a major buy coming because this is the reflection of our economy. And I'm not talking about the people who are working. We're talking about the companies that are always doing great and see the next 150 years as theirs. Like you're gonna die, your grandma's gonna die, but Colgate's still gonna be around. Visa is still going to be doing this damn thing. And when that guy dies, he's gonna pass it over to his successor, and they're still going to be pushing. That's why like generational wealth is something that is taught by people who understand it. And it starts with you. Most of us don't even have life insurance. Most of us think money is bad. Most of us, we are heavenly programmed to just be thinking, oh yeah, we can't want wealth because we're just gonna be catching wings. So what's the point of having earthly, y'all know what I'm talking about. But
Yeah.
you're supposed to be working hard for the next generation. If it's not monetary gains, there has to be knowledge at least. Why do you think we be saying, oh, my grandpa used to know how to like tend to the gardens? My granddad used to know how to make clothes. They passed that down until we became more industrialized and digitized and whatnot. But you're going to have to pass something. So for us, financial literacy is still new to us, but it doesn't have to keep being new. I come from a background where churches have it all wrong. They wouldn't even have a budget for pianists and the young musicians in the church. Guess what? Guess what that did for me? I was always pissed off that like no one could help the youth, but then they want them to stay in church. But now that I know how to trade, guess what I'm going to teach them? And guess who's going to back the music department from my home churches? Me. I have that goal. Everybody wants a big church, always asking the poor to give. They never have enough budget for church beyond the walls and helping the poor and the sick. No one has, well, let me not say no one. Some churches have it. Financial literacy classes. Everybody wants to have a big mega church, but they're always short on rent. I come from those backgrounds. It hurts because everybody used to look down upon folks who are trying to actually help the church financially. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. But I'm saying to you, when you want to see change, you got to be the change. I'm Haitian.
Right.
I got a lot of things I would like to change, but I know it would have to be by the will of God or with the help of my own will. But at the same time, I know certain sacrifices might include you dying for what you believe in. And that includes somebody going to kill you because they realize you're going to be the change that they don't want to see.
That is very true.
Okay. So we're going to have to be living and dying by our convictions, Okay. So let this knowledge take you as far as possible. Unlearn all the things that make you feel limited. Embrace abundance. And that's all I have for today. Does anybody have anything they'd like to add?
How long do we have access to?
Say that again.
How long do we have access to the videos for the boot camp?
You guys will have access for good.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
But let me not say that. You have until the end of the year. I'm not trying to slow down on this and, oh, I have time. And then just like that, you said to yourself, hey, self, procrastinate. I got you. How long do you like to procrastinate for? For months and months until we keep saying we're going to get back to it. All right, no problem. No, we're not about to do that with our mind. That's why I snapped on y'all in the chat. I'm like, yo, make sure you guys are not wasting my kindness thinking that I don't know what my worth is. I made it $75 because I wanted to reach out to the audience that I know could only afford what I could give. And I'm going to over deliver, but you're going to realize, damn, that brother is blessed for giving me this knowledge for $75. Because I can see if he said 75,000, he would have the full right to say that. Because he could teach me something to make 75,000. That break and retest right there, you put $500 behind that. And 400 points later, you do the math.
That break and retest is crazy.
And it's simple. You would have made 200 racks. Just have the right account. You will make that type of money in a single day.
I will make 200 racks.
Easily. Why not? Why not?
I'll make 100 racks again in a day.
No cap. It's actually right in front of you. We're not sitting here doing wishful thinking thoughts. It can happen. I've done 100K in a day in an hour, actually. Why do you think I'm having those type of conversations behind closed doors with certain investors? They see what I can do. They know what's possible. They know what's up. And I'll do it again. And we're going to do it this year. It's a lot of things coming post-election time. A lot of great swings coming. And I want y'all to eat. This ain't just to make you feel good. We're going to eat. We're going to eat real good.
Oh, yeah. The election time is to transfer of wealth.
That's it. Tiana, I'm glad I spoke to your procrastination monster. If I wasn't on y'all ass, all 25 of y'all would not have made it to this boot camp. I've been speaking for months, years. And that's why I don't do a lot of content, because I'm like, who am I speaking to? So you can be like, okay, Hans, 4 years later, I'm ready. No, I'm not teaching anymore. Sorry. Or you can't afford me now. Sorry. You sitting here, people texting me, yo, I've been watching you grind for 5 years, bro. Keep pushing. Oh, I'm like, damn, bro, you've been watching my stories for 5 years? Are you serious? And you haven't made, bruh, you haven't taken no action? Nah, fam. Okay, keep watching. Hey, I'm glad. Thank you, Brody. I've been watching you, Hans, and I've seen your story for like 7 years, and you ain't never broke bread with me? Wow. Come on. That doesn't make me feel good. You doing more work putting out content than people actually converting. You just be sitting here mindlessly scrolling and watching you win. Don't motivate me. Don't encourage me. Eat with me. And that's why you're here. That's why I've not sugarcoated nothing from day 1 until day 10. And I'm about to give you an extra day just because I believe in you. So what you going to do in return? Have that same energy. You guys have a great night. Peace, love, and blessings. I'll see you tomorrow on the last day of graduation.
Thank you.
Everybody hit your phone in a second.
I bet.
Thank
All
you,
right.
Have
hon.
a great day. No problem. Drive safe, everybody who's been listening as they drive. I hope I resonated every 4 wall of your car.